Cooper trade. So let's see what we get with that. Are we going to get a team where we're like, wow, they took those draft picks and they really worked it out? Or are we going to be like, Chicago got the best of them, Dallas got the best of them, and it didn't, and that's going to sit on Mike Mayock. He new general manager. Remember, he used to be in the studio with Rich Eisen and all of them on the NFL Network. So a lot of interesting pieces that's going to be going on in the AFC West. And we talked about the Denver Broncos and we talked about the Raiders. Let's talk about the Chargers. And the LA Chargers right now, they are in the midst of a holdout with Melvin Gordon. And Melvin's gonna have to. I'm just gonna say this, and then I'll go on to everything else. Melvin's gonna have to come to some terms because I strongly just feel that the Chargers have drawn the line in the sand, and they are not crossing that line. And they are ready to play without him. And it is different than Ezekiel Elliott's situation where you really, really, really need him because he is such a big piece to the Cowboys offense. Melvin Gordon is a big piece, but he's not that piece like Ezekiel Elliott is. So, and also, they have a guy in Austin Eckler and Justin Jackson backing up Melvin Gordon. You got why am I drawing a blank on his name? They just signed him. He was there. They call him the Butler. Albert something. Wow. I'm drawing a blank. But former running back, for Washington and also for the Cowboys. That's your backup, and you got a rookie running back. That's not the same situation. So I just think that the Chargers are probably not going to budge, and I think Melvin will finally be in. It's just win, and I'm hoping that he doesn't miss any games to affect his free agency. That he's just saying trade me or pay me. But with this team, you got Phillip Rivers, who's a year older. He's still going to keep chucking that ball. The way he is, you get Hunter Henry back on this offensive side. I talked about the running back, so I do like what they have in place. It will be it'll be a team-oriented running back situation. So Austin Eckler, Justin Jackson, who did show some type of Austin Eckler really did, but Justin Jackson, he had to step in when Melvin got hurt. And remember, they went 4-0 with. When Melvin was hurt as well. So this is another reason why they're thinking they're going to be okay. They have a decent offensive line. They have, I talked about Hunter Henry. He's going to be coming back from injury. Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, good wide receivers. They're going to be expecting Mike Williams to take, the next step. But this defense, man. This defense that the Chargers got, ooh-wee. I mean, you got guys, on every level. You got Mark Ingram and Melvin Ingram. I'm sorry. You got Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa. You got Derwin James. I mean, you got a plethora. The list goes on and on and on and on. But you got a plethora of defensive players that should be a big problem for offenses coming into this year. So. Chargers went 12-4 last year. They're not sneaking up on anyone. They're going to get everybody's best game. They will miss Melvin to a certain degree. They will win some games as well. How long that holdout is, we don't know. But they will be they'll be a team that again, like they were last year, they'll be in the mix. They'll definitely be in the mix. I don't want to say that they win the division because the division, I wouldn't say it still belongs to this team, but they got a chance to repeat again, and that is the Kansas City Chiefs. They are without Kareem Hunt, but they were without him for the latter part of the season. They did get Tyreek Hill back. We talked about that. They drafted Miko Harmon. Sammy Watkins is on his team. You got arguably the best tight end in the league in Travis Kelce. And don't forget, Pat Mahomes just so happened to come off an MVP year, throwing 50 touchdowns. Now, I'm going to say this again. Before I said this before, and I'll say it again. Pat Mahomes is not going to throw 50 touchdowns again. He's still going to have a hell of a year, but he's not going to throw 50 touchdowns. So let that go, ladies and gentlemen. But my question is, this guy, Damian Williams, just like some other teams, they didn't make any moves at running back. They pretty much stayed pat with where they were at. Damian Williams stepped in. He helped out that team last year. They're looking at him to be the starting running back. Was that a product of, a just good stretch of a short season for Damian Williams? Or is this the same Damian Williams? And normally I would say, because I look at guys because Damian Williams has been in the league for a while. I mean, he started out in Miami, and it was him and Lamar Miller. So he couldn't get the starting role there. Lamar leaves and goes to Houston. I think Kenyon Drake might have been there as well at that point. And he still couldn't be the starting he still wasn't the starting running back. And now with Andy Reid, all of a sudden he is. And the reason I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt is because it's Andy Reid. Andy Reid has done really well with running backs before. So maybe he can find, something or find out what Damian does well and apply it, and Damian excels at it. So that's why I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. But Travis Kelce, fine. Pat Mahomes is going to be fine. Tyreek Hill is going to be fine. The other thing is this defense. Has the defense got any better? Have they got any better? They were horrible last year. So what defense will the Kansas City Chiefs be? Because everything that Pat Mahomes can do, he can't stop the defense. He only can try and keep up. I mean, he can't stop the offense. The only thing he can do is try and keep up with them. And that's what they were last year. So they made some changes. Justin Houston is not there anymore. They traded Dee Ford. And they are trying to shore up this defense to give Pat Mahomes some help. So I'm not even going to say I'm going to put I'll pencil in the Chiefs to win the division. But they got some competition as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We covered the Raiders. We covered the Chiefs. We covered the Chargers. And we covered the Broncos. Those are your AFC West teams. Stay tuned for next episode where we'll be covering other divisional teams. You still got the NFC North. You got the NFC West, the AFC North, and what else? We got the AFC... No, that's it. So, but we'll cover the rest of those divisional teams in future episodes, so you don't want to miss that. So, last thing we're gonna get to before we get to the Big L Award, because I gotta hand that Big L Award out. Was the Cowboys, and the Dallas Cowboys, not necessarily in a pickle. They're in a good, bad situation. And that is, they got talent. They got a lot of talent on their team. And the thing with when you have a lot of talent, you got a lot of people that want to get paid too. So the Dallas Cowboys are looking at, we talked about Zeke, but also Dak wants to get paid and Amari Cooper wants to get paid. And let's not forget a guy, an all-pro cornerback, Byron Jones. He is coming up at the end of his contract as well, so he wants to get paid as well. So there's a lot of hands that are out saying, hey, pay me, pay me, pay me. And the Cowboys are trying to figure this out. So Stephen Jones was on the radio where I guess they do a weekly radio in Dallas, but he was talking about how they were a piece of this was about how they were going to handle the free agency. And one of the things he said, we've got three really good football players that we're dealing with here and that have very good representation, and they want to see the market. He said we can't push the issue unless we want. We can't push the issue unless we want to be a market setter. And he said, and we're damn sure not going to be a market setter because all of the things that go with being a Dallas Cowboy. So basically what he's getting at, and he's just saying, somebody ain't going to get paid. And either you going to deal with it and roll with us because we the Cowboys, or we're going to have to trade you and move on from you, or we're just going to have to let you go into free agency. And again, Dak, Zeke, Amari, Byron, you still got Jalen Smith that's going to be coming up. There are a lot of hands that are going to be out. And Stephen Jones is just saying that we're not going to go around, we're not about to go around and be the team just handing out all this money because we don't have it. So it's it's a good problem to have, but they're going to have to make a decision as far as who is the most vital person to them. I think they're going to be trying to get Dak to take a pay cut because out of all the three, Dak is a really good quarterback, but at the top of the list of their position, Amari Cooper is, going to be considered near the top. Ezekiel is going to be considered near the top, if not at the top. And then when you bring up Dak, although his record is very impressive, people are going to, kind of ding him because they're going to say he's a product of, the other players. Now, a win is a win. He was involved in it. He's a quarterback, so he's going to get credit for it. But can they get him to take a discount? Because I think that's the only way. This is probably all going to work. Now, I think they might could get Amari to take a small discount. But yes, they can be market setters. If they go that route and just say, we're just going to start paying, they're going to be in a lot of trouble and they're going to lose a lot of their players. So Dallas Cowboys, they got some decisions made. Zeke got 2 years left on this deal. And I get it. Zeke is like, I'm trying to get paid before you give up all this money. And then if you're not, then I'll be out. I will be out. So what will Dallas Cowboys do? We'll just have to stick around and see how they're going to handle this situation. But I don't think they're going to be able to keep everybody. I think they're just trying to figure out who they want to keep and then who they want to move on from. I don't think they want to move on from any of them, but if it comes down to guys want to get paid and there's an amount and y'all are far apart on the deal, then you got to decide who it is that you want to give the money to. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is all of our topics. But before we go, I have to get into the Big L Award. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Big L Award, the Big Loser Award. We hand it out every single week. And that is for someone who does something losers. We all have done it in our lifetime. I've done it. Lopan has done it, and other people. Now, again, tune in to Saturday's show, The Wait a Minute Show at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just go to thewaitaminuteshow.com and you can hear the last Big L Award that we handed out and why it is amazing that I'm coming to you now, because I was not thinking I would make it out of the weekend after I gave out that award. But I did. I'm here and I'm giving it out again. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Big L Award is going out to the judicial system. Yeah, the judicial system. What judicial system? Not here in the ATL, not federal or anything like that. We are going to take a little trip west, about 8 hours if you're in the car, 7 hours, depending on how you're driving. And we're going to pull up at a little Golden Dome place, someplace they like to call the Superdome. Yeah, we're going to pull up in New Orleans. And here is why. Boy, there's a judge there that is still perturbed about the NFC championship game between the New Orleans Saints and the LA Rams. And this judge is really, really